our family members, our beloved school or classmates. COVID-19 does not differentiate. You can be rich, you will die. You can be poor, you will die. You can think that your immune system is strong. COVID-19 has shown us that without faith, requesting all of us to rise and have a moment of silence to remember. I should say, we sometimes use the word local. Now, if you take this person from Hardap region, will feel so inferior in Comas region. This person is not a local of any region. We are all Namibian local. So I am a local of Hardap region as well. If the team that is here is local, I am as well as a local. He is from Ministry of Education, and he is part of the team. I have Ms. Anna Coleman from Ministry of Education. Before she stood up, the lady that the person that will stand, she was Miss Namibia 2007. Yes, Reverend, can you thank you? Yes, it's not only about talking of looking one side, we are looking everywhere.
As the Honorable Governor of the Hardap region, Reverend Solomon April. Together we can make it. Together.
Of all of us. We should all hate COVID-19. So we saw a hard COVID-19. I'm at mine. Because it does not bring any good for us except tears and loss of loved ones. But I want to, before I get to the crux of the matter, recognize the efforts that the government of Namibia has teamed to address so perfectly the impact of COVID-19 on the Namibian nation. Today, as much as we have buried loved ones, today, if you look back to that sad reality, the dark reality, if you look back today, we are sitting here as conquerors over COVID-19. It's in Mount Adedura. How many of you are not vaccinated at all? Very good. Do you know, kids, that we are now at the brink of winter and that COVID is going to start to strike again? COVID is not a joke. I'm personally disappointed to see that most of you sitting here, people that have got the benefit to go to a classroom, to learn and to understand that education is important for you, number one, are not vaccinated. I am pitying the others that are sending you because you're supposed to be the role models to understand the purpose and meaning of education. How many of you will go and get vaccinated, you the young people? I am serious, let me see your hands. And the camera, please, I need to see these hands. Now that's what I want to see. Thank you so much. Give yourself a round of applause. Mama, vandaag en papa. En several mensen, vooral jullie wat onder 12 en 14 is. 12 en 13 is. Jullie heeft mama ze consent nodig. Gaan sê vir mama, I wanna have my vaccination, man. Daddy. Because the governor told me one thing I did not think about. The governor said, as much as mama loves me, daddy loves me, I'm responsible for myself to be around tomorrow. And I have to take and make choices that I think will have me around tomorrow. And now therefore I'm nominating dear directors, the team, whoever is responsible on behalf of my learners and on behalf of the region, Hardap, I am telling you, 17 October, we have got 70+% vaccination done in my region. Thank you, principals. I've seen the principal from Malde. I've seen some others also. I've seen some teachers for the lower grades here. If you start your devotion in the morning, make sure that your teacher who is praying will pray for vaccination to be taken seriously. Because what God says yes to, nobody can say no. Thank you so much.
And I think he was the most suitable person today to disseminate that information to us, because when you are the head of a household or the head of a school or the head of a region, wherever you are the head, you must lead by example. And we thank him for his passionate approach to do just that. Learners, remember then when COVID-19 started, it was a challenge for the government to get vaccination, to vaccines. Countries all over the world scrambled to be the first to have their hands on vaccines. But the problem currently is that large doses of these vaccines had expired. Why? because we, the citizens, we as Namibians, have not made use of the opportunity to be vaccinated. It costs a lot of money to get this vaccine. This campaign, Learners, has been brought to our doorstep. It is here, not very far. It's on our doorstep. Make use of the opportunity. Get vaccinated. And as I always said, and as the governor alluded to, your health is your prime responsibility. It's an individual responsibility.
And then the benefits of COVID-19. So when you tell somebody get vaccinated, you also give a reason why. And when we are speaking of health immunity, we also need to understand what is this health immunity. Next, look at that enemy. Next, that enemy, invisible enemy, coronavirus. If you see somebody is either talking or coughing or sneezing, and then there is a lot of droplets coming from their mouth. And if that person is having COVID, is in this hall, those droplets will go with COVID. Next, and that is the reason we are telling you, let us keep our mask, closing our mouth and our nose, so that whatever is coming from our mouth is kept in the mask. Now, how do we prevent this COVID-19? Like I said, let's continue wear our mask, right? And then social distance.
So ons wil nie meer daar terug gaan nie. Mariental Primary. Was julle vir hierdie jaar by Mariental Primary? Begin maar wat? Kom wat skiet hier. Sien dat jy kan na die sada. Skool dat jy kan na my. Sien dat jy kan die. Sien dat jy lokaal is na kom mama. Sien dat jy wil sien na hoed my in skool pa draho. Onthou dat ek honen mana. O dat ek gaan my nie wou gaan. Nu ons sien dat jy aan my hier die pa jy So ons allemaal was daar toe COVID hier was en die skole toe gemaak was. Ons allemaal weet hoe dit vir ons ontwrig het. Dat het met onze koppe gesmokkel, is dit nie so nie. Daai wat jy net met een kan bly. Nou ek dink ons wil nie weer daar gaan nie. As ek gesê word, sit jou masker op, sit hom op. Was jou hande. As jy kan, hou die afstand. As jy nie hoeflievers, dan gaan die bly wat jy is en maak tuin, dat ons kan kostel. Ek sê baie huise het nou tuine. So kom ek het ook vir ons ander goedjies geleer. Kom ons werk daaraan. So learners, let us listen. So you can have your questions now.
The teachers are not sanitizing us, and there is something that is very important so we can get rid of the germs. And I just want us to ask the teachers, they need to sanitize us so we can get rid of the germs. It is an important part.
I just want to ask, if we are fully vaccinated, is there a guarantee that we won't get the virus?
Thank you very much.
And the answer is as follows. The COVID-19 vaccine, the effectiveness goes as higher as 95%. It's not 100%, right? Are you following? Meaning you are protected 95% by the vaccine. If you are fully vaccinated, you are exposed to the virus, you are not wearing a mask, you don't wash your hands, you don't sanitize, you don't social distance. There is a 5% possibility that you may get COVID-19.
If the learners are supposed to wear masks, it's also important for the teachers to wear masks.
Thank you very much.
Is it only important for learners or is also important for teachers? COVID-19 does not have eyes, and yourself do also not see COVID-19. It is an invisible enemy. So a teacher can be having COVID-19 and they can spread the COVID. A learner can have COVID-19 and they can spread COVID. Therefore, it's equally important for the teachers and the learners and everybody in the community to get vaccinated, wear your mask, social distance, and sanitize and wash hands frequently.
Let's give Mariental High School a round of applause. Your life is in your hands and nobody else. Now, can I then say thank you very much to the people who supported us in this initiative. Of course, we start with the mighty God, the Creator, who made it possible. There were a number of people who traveled short and long distances to come to this event, and the one that we had yesterday. But God allowed them to travel safely to us, and we ask that He protect them as they travel back to their destinations.
Age 16 from Mariental12 School.
Marcus covered the second, age 17, Mariental12. I have a question that based on the vaccines, that only one type of vaccine is allocated for the children. Now, how safe is that one, and why aren't the other brands of vaccines being used for children?
Okay, thank you for a very, very bright question. You know, the vaccines, when they are developed, they are tested from the beginning and then from the animals, and then they come to the people. Now on people, they test them on certain groups of people. They test them, for example, on people with other diseases, blood pressure or diabetic. Then they test them also on age groups, on a certain age group. And then they also test them maybe on males and on females. So now among the vaccines which are available, Pfizer is the one which was tested on the age group of 12 to 17. And the safety and the efficacy of that vaccine is then established. Therefore, we will only use that Pfizer on the age category of 12 to 17 because they are tested and proven to be safe and effective. Are you clear?
I want to ask about all the stories going around about the hidden agendas for the vaccines, like people injecting magnets in the face.
Okay, thank you for that bright question. Actually, those are just propaganda. Whatever goes around with this vaccination, being vaccinated is safe. So the things of the magnets on your chip when you are vaccinated, the things of the magnets and so on that goes onto your skin, those are total lies. So there are side effects of this vaccination. Yes, because it's a needle getting into your skin, of course you will get a little pain, but it's not differs from one person to another. So therefore, this vaccination is safe, and it's not true that magnets stick onto your skin when you are vaccinated.
Mijn naam is Niala Zwart, ik is in klas 17. Ons is geleerd, ons is gezegd dat voor onze ouders, vrienden gaan zeggen, laat ons vooral zeggen dat je gaan gevaccineerd wordt. En laat ons onze handen wassen, masker opzetten, van ons weet niet en wie, van ons weet niet wie het corona of niet is niet.
My name is Gervasius Kudumo. I'm in grade 11. And one thing I've learned is you must be vaccinated so that more protected.
My name is Mariental12. I'm grade 12 at Mariental Secondary School. What I've learned today is that our health is very important and that we need to get vaccinated in order for us to be protected against COVID-19.
I'm Swain Simon, a grade 12 learner at Mariental Secondary School. I'm quite ecstatic because today people from the health center visited us to come and tell us more into detail about the coronavirus. And now I've learned the new protocols for preventative measures on how to protect myself and others from getting the disease.
I am vaccinated, get vaccinated to keep corona out of Namibia.